Hey guys, it's Wham Bam here, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We've got some post commentary lined up for you, where we're going to be using the Heavy Thrusting Sword and Flaming Strike together to just show you how really strong this combination is in invasions, and how to use it the most effective possible way that you can do that with words in English. But I'm just going to stop trying to do this intro and we'll get right into it. So in this first one here, we've got two people lined up at the end of the bridge here, and I'm just looking. You can see there's about 200 pings. This is a high latency fight. One thing you want to kind of do, like with Flaming Strike, is you kind of want to just bait people into it like that, and you can get a full true combo punish if you space it rightly. And with a Heavy Thrusting Sword, you can just chase him down with running R1 or running R2 really quickly, and it is that easy a lot of the time if you get good at it. But this one, you're going to see a bit more of the spacing, I believe, in this one here. I'm going to run into running R1, I think that was. We're going to space the host with the Flaming Strike. They actually roll away from it and get clipped by the end of it. So one thing you don't really want to do unless you're really far away from Flaming Strike is roll away from it, because you're most likely going to end up rolling into the into the flames and into the frames in which you can true combo. And we got the true combo on the host there, and he kind of runs off and panics a little bit. This guy does a Dragon Breath, so we just break his poise with a close-up Flaming Strike. He fortunately falls on his feet, so we don't true combo out of it, but a few more hits later on, and it's not too much of an issue. Now this host is playing a little bit weird going behind here. I'm surprised that I hit through the tree. I didn't expect the tree to actually be that solid. To be honest, I expected to break the tree. I didn't know it was from rock hard, but this guy is just kind of mashing his button a little bit. I'm surprised that didn't catch, because it's right at the end of the frames, and you can see he did get hit by it, but he just kind of the latency kind of saved him a little bit, and you can see that's a really awkward hit with the running R1, where you kind of ended up behind him, but it's still kind of connected. But one thing you want to do with this weapon really is just you want to try and you want to try and mix up your running R2s and your running R1s for the timing, because once you've got pressure on someone, once you've hit someone with a true combo with a Flaming Strike, most of the time they're going to mash roll away. And this one we're playing around with Stormblade a little bit more in this one, but you're going to see a bit more about the just a Heavy Thrusting Sword, and you just kind of want to space, keep people away from you. Free aiming is also really good, not being locked on. It's really hard to, as you can see, it's really hard to get the running attacks with a Heavy Thrusting Sword. It takes some practice. I got way too many R1s there somehow. I got the weird input bug where you do an R1 and then you try to roll it, and instead every roll that you try to do just gives you another attack input. And but we managed to survive. This Phantom is super overloaded, by the way. Trying to pressure the host a little bit. I noticed the Phantom is getting weak by the PvE, so that's something you really want to be paying attention to in invasions, particularly when you got a Phantom that's level 200 like this dude was. Is if they ever get weak and you get a chance to just finish them off real quick, you need to jump on that opportunity as quick as possible. Now we're going to go back to Flaming Strike. Just show you the running R2. He keeps mashing his R1 button, which kind of saves him there, because he managed to poise break me through Flaming Strike somehow. But we're just going to do some running attacks. Somebody should be catching him, as you can see. Whenever I hit him, because my weapons fire, you can actually literally see the frames in which I should have been hitting him. There he walks into the true combo there, because he's right behind me, and I just kind of threw it out behind me. And now I'm just pressuring his rolls with some pokes. I like to do the running R2 to just, if you can get really good at doing the running R2, you can do it really, really quickly, and you can shut down a lot of people's Estus with this weapon pretty easily. So whenever I see people chugging, I normally do that. Here we have Heavy Thrusting Sword versus another Heavy Thrusting Sword Enjoyer. I'm surprised, like, I don't know what that guy did, but like I threw my flaming strike out there and he somehow like attacked me through it and didn't get hit by the frames there. I don't know if that was just like latency or whatever, or client side issues, but one of the best things about this weapon is the spacing tool that it has. It's just absolutely insane. And a lot of times you'll see me, I just kind of like run off and like I'll have my back to someone and I'll just toss out a flaming strike to try and guard the animation of me doing it, and like that dude just jumps over me. But if you don't get the hit confirm, you should always follow up the R2 if they're really, really close, because like they have to roll that or it's going to be a really big hit. I normally hit confirm it, but you do have to be quite quick. You have to like basically already know that it's going to hit on the spacing. We're going to run out here, we're going to like poke this dude, and throw another flaming strike out there, it catches him right at the end of the frames, and then we hit the R2, and then the host kind of jumps into the other hit and he dies too as well. One of the best things about using this in invasions is just the amount of space that it covers on a wide arc. It can really shut down like multiple opponents. It does like 100 poise damage, which is a lot. So if you're at like level 60 like we are now, or like even like level 95, you're not really going to find like a lot of people that are stacking 100 poise. Although speaking of poise, this was a bit of a weird one. So we throw out a flaming strike there. It fortunately doesn't beat the frames on his great spear. Just trade with it though, and we do more damage as a result. I'm gonna get my physic on here real quick because it does a bit more damage. I'm not really sure what was going on here. I don't know how that managed to go straight through him, but apparently whiff. They've got flaming strike too, which is kind of funny. And they would just do another like flaming strike, hit stun him, and then we just R1'd him too, because the heavy thrusting sword is a lot quicker. But this is a lot of, that's 200 poise damage, and he's still doing his wild strikes there. I think if we didn't kill him with that third one, he would have like got a hit off on us, and that would have been 300 poise damage. That's actually insane how much hyper armor that has. I think it just has basically infinite as long as you hold the button down. This was a pretty good invasion to show the spacing. We get the host right at the end of the frame, so we get a true combo on the host there. Unfortunately, the Phantom is too close. That's the one thing you need to be aware of this with when using Flaming Strike, is you can't really use it in someone's face to get a true combo. You can kind of do it in someone's face as a poise break to get them off of you because it's decently quick, but you're not going to be getting the true combo if you do that. And really, you really want to be spacing it well enough to get the true combo, to get the most efficiency out of it. One thing I like to do to get the true combo is to do like a running R2 to break a lot of people's poise, and then you can kind of like catch their roll with a flaming strike. I don't know if I do it in this invasion here. We're getting meshed up a little bit here though. Have to be really careful about that Halo scythe, because if it hits me and I'm rotted at the moment, that could be a bit annoying. You'll see me just throwing it out there a few times. Like I use it as a lot of a spacing tool to get people to respect it. Sometimes I whiff the amount of space I need, but there again, we catch both of them with the true combo, and we can just chase down the Phantom with a little running R1 to finish him off. I think that was, or running R2. I normally go for a running R1 because it's a lot quicker, and they expect a running R2 because that's the thing. But it's a close enough like that, you can just do running R1. This guy mashing his R1 button with that, and he rolls backwards, which is big no with the flaming strike, and we catch him right at the end of the frames, and he gets trued for the finish. That's what I was just talking about earlier, about the running R2 to break the poise, and then just throw out a flaming strike, because if they don't roll the right way, they roll at the wrong time, or even if it catches a queued roll, it's pretty much guaranteed. This is going to be one invasion, I believe this kind of shows like how I think it shows our spacing, if I'm not mistaken, to just quickly get a kill and get out of here, because this is a bit of a Ooh, this is a bit of a massive invasion. I'm just going to run in, and I don't really want to fight these two people. Because I sense they're really over leveled, because one of them is a mage. And it's normally like everyone that's getting summoned as a mage is like fucking level 1,000,000. But it's gonna get really fucky. He's trying to gravitate us in there. The host has got a dragon breath, so this is beautiful. But just tilt the camera behind us, start running away a little bit, and just when you notice the host is just gonna keep running in there, you can just throw it out and get the true combo on him a lot of times. Oh, I just wanted to include this one mostly for this little parkour. A lot of people expect you to go down the stairs and they'll see you straight away, but you can just jump over to land on the edge like that and kind of sneak up on people. If you're fighting multiple people, it's normally a good idea to just complete the combo, especially when you get the true on people. But mostly you kind of just want to be aware of your back. You can always just throw the R2 out behind you. I'm going to quickly finish the host off really there. This Moonveil users, God, I hate them. I hate them with a passion. It's just, why is there so much free poise damage for such long range as well? It's so quick. Oh, this invasion is going to show more of the spacing, the correct spacing, and how to you can just kind of flaming. One of the best things about Flaming Strike is that even though they nerfed the frames on it, for the true combo, if you're still spacing people properly, you're still going to land the true combo a lot. And kind of throw that one out of there. I just kind of wanted to buff the weapon a little bit as well. But as you can see there, the execution is great. Actually just starts mashing R1 and we just stand outside of his range. And we can just throw out a Flaming Strike and, get the R2. No problem whatsoever. It's funny, he can't try to get backstab on me there, which is kind of funny. We're going to running R2 the Phantom. The host comes in, so I'm going to throw out a Flaming Strike. You just got... One thing, if you just be aware of let's just say just be aware of people's positioning. But if you are aware of people's positioning, you can just you can bait people into the true combo. We should poke this dude off the edge. This was a bit of a longer clip. I had been shooting this dude with a bow a little bit, and then we kind of jumped over and just poked him off the edge. This is a bit of a fun. I'm gonna notice the host is coming down here. One thing as well, with the heavy thrusting sword, considering one of its best attacks is running attacks, because they have a lot of reach. The running R2 does a considerable amount of poise damage. You don't really have to be too worried about fighting on places like this and just throwing your attacks out, because I don't know if many people know, but you actually have fall prevention on for your attacks. I think one of my comments while I was doing this live versus this host was you might jump off quite easily, but I can do my running attacks all day around here and not have any fear whatsoever, because if the fall will kill you, you won't run off the edge with your attack, which is quite funny. I don't know why they do that. It's supposed to be a game that punishes you, but it is what it is. And there we see the host dodged into us, so they got caught right at the end of the frames themselves and got hit by the true combo. This was a bit of a, I like to call this the Sword of Night and Lame. I don't know why this host decided to try and block the full thing, but they were fortunate enough to not die there. The Phantom was a bit more smart, and he blocks one hit and rolls away. One thing I will say regarding shields is you can actually parry Flaming Strike. I'm not too sure if you can get a riposte on the second hit, but what you can do is you can parry both hits technically, and you take partial hit damage. Oh, here I did a heal to bait people in, because I was just looking back and just watching my spacing, and I thought I don't really need to heal, but if I heal they're gonna get aggressive. and they're gonna come in. I'll try to shut down this dude's Ashes of War as much as possible. His Phantom is gonna R1 spam me a little bit, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, he does it again, and then he's gonna get backstabbed for it. You know, you can't just keep throwing it out like that. This dude decides to block one hit, but then not block the next hit. I don't know why. I think he tries to mash his R1 button, thinking he's like not going to get a follow up. But you see a little bit there. I just stepped a little bit away from the host. I don't know why the host stopped moving, but we were just outside the range, at the perfect range there, to get the true combo on him. So that was a big mistake by the host there. There might have been out of stamina, but. Oh, this is another pretty decent fight with a 2v1. It kind of shows the spacing and how strong Flaming Strike is, how good the heavy thrusting sword is as a weapon as well. Get with it. But yeah, I'm gonna throw out the L2. The host dodges the first one, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna toss out the R2 there as well. Because if you're gonna roll into me, like you're gonna have to basically respect my R2, because you're not gonna recover in time, and even if you have a weapon that's quick enough, it's not gonna break my poise. So you basically just have to respect the R2 coming out or get hit by it. And there, I tried to get the spacing there, but unfortunately he does unsheath and then he catches us with that. And I tried to do it again to the host just then as well, but like the host is just too busy mashing his buttons with his power stance halberd. So it's a little bit of a problem sometimes. It's just when people don't respect it, they just kind of mash their way through it a little bit and trade hits done with it. I'm just throwing out some running attacks here. I tried to get the Phantom with a true combo there, unfortunately, but also I was trying to practice Unlocked a little bit, so like I could have killed the host there as well, I was saying to myself, but the host doesn't really move away, and then we get the true combo on the Phantom to finish him off right at the end there. Oh, this is a bit of a funny invasion. It's kind of a short clip. We go over towards the Phantom over here, and I think we just I don't even think we get like a Flaming Strike tree combo on him. I think we just show it. I throw the L2 out and the R2 out there because it's a running R2, but I do a running R2, running R1, running R1. It's just L2 R2 with his little Hellas. I throw out a few R1s because he's just rolling into me. Another running R1. And then I just do a little guard there to try and like move my weapon around. It scares a few people sometimes, and I do a running R2 to roll catch him. And that one is just like, you know, just a quick running R2 to break his poise. The host turns around and starts running away. We just chase him down again. This is another good one to just show you. Running R2, break that poise. I did L2 R2 right in his face there, just thinking I'm gonna break his poise anyway. And I back off a little bit. I also think the host is right behind us, so we're going to catch the host, and we did, which is good. So I forced the host to back off a little bit. But yeah, we just backed off a little bit there, got the spacing required for the true combo, and just finished him off with it. With some people, you kind of have to like, it's not going to like one-shot anyone anymore, so you have to do like a little bit of chip damage, and then you can get like your spacing down. And then finish him off. This is a bit of a weird fun invasion. We had two Lionels enjoyers and one with Starfist that's trying to do the Starfist memes, and then the host with I think he has the Guts Greatsword with Lion Claw, and like he just literally keeps mashing his L2 button all the time. Like the thing about Lion Claw, I don't really think it's that very good for PvP personally. It's okay if you can get like a read and you can get people to trade into it, but the way the host is playing this, where he's just throwing this out like this, I can literally run in and then like do a running attack like during his Lion Claw, poke him, and then still roll out of it. It's not very quick. It's not very safe. It doesn't have like any kind of hit stun mechanics on the roll lever. Which maybe if they had like some hit stun mechanics or something, you know, like Gundiz, it might be a little bit better, but or like Horaloo or something, it might be a bit better. Just gonna like poke the host a little bit, force him out there. Yeah, like it's just the tracking on it isn't the best. It's really slow. You can literally attack into it and roll out with a lot of weapons. That attack came out, I think, a little bit quicker than I was expecting it to. Look, there we go. Look, just running attack into it, and then once the host is weakened, I'm just like, okay, well, you're not going to track me well enough when I'm behind you. I'm going to throw out a flaming strike and finish this off. And so yeah, that's all I have for you today. Hopefully this information has helped you. If it has, please like, comment, and even subscribe if you're new. That'd be great. I'm going to go back to my regular scheduled viewing in another video, but if you want to see more of these, let me know, and I'll definitely throw out some more of these for you guys. Until then, goodbye and good night.